Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Real Estate on Record. I'm Mike Gatti. We're here today with Zalunardo, and we brought the famous, the one and only Hussein Kabani.
Thank you guys so much for having me here today.
Side.
Yeah, east side. Yeah.
It's good to see you, buddy.
Likewise, man.
Yeah.
I don't get to see you often anymore.
Yeah.
So you ran away on us.
Yeah. I didn't run away. I invited everybody to come.
True.
Nobody followed.
Yeah. I think we're just slow. We're slow at getting to where you're at, right? I was just saying that I'm always like a few years, 3-4 years behind you, right? Yeah. So it's like,
Too many compliments today.
yeah, man. It's not good for you. It's not good for you.
I don't like the ego boost. No, yeah. Hussein's a good buddy of mine. We've obviously, if you've seen our podcast, we do our mastermind meeting every year together. So
Yeah.
this is like, I mean, we've been together for how long now? It's been since 2012?
Yeah, 2012, 2013. something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. So it's been, 12, 13 years
man.
now. So we've been,
Yeah.
again, we helped each other out through so many markets, like, like when, especially because we were east side and I was the west side. So
Yeah.
it was easy to kind of collaborate. And then we had different, strategies on business. Like this guy's a super salesman. Like no one can sell like this guy.
Yeah.
And I was like the more like stationary, like,
You were like very like
organized,
or very organized and structured, right? It was something I'm still trying to do. I remember very clearly, like when we got together, it's like when we were introed, it was like, hey, Mike is very good, or Steve is very good at like calling, being structured and whatever. And it's like Hussein is very good at like creative marketing and putting things out there. And it's like, you guys need to get together. And I think we kind of got a little bit of a, like exchange some skill sets
100%
with each other
yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're very explosive sales. You always have that spark. You always seem like a spark of the market and how to market this. And you always come out. And I remember every year, like, so we would start off together and then we'd lose touch while we got busy. And then we'd reconnect probably just before summer.
Yeah.
Then we'd get busy again. And then we do our mastermind.
Yeah.
And then at the end, we would share our numbers, have an Excel spreadsheet. These are all the deals. These are our income. So everything was like, it was almost like we ran separate branches. Like we were very transparent with what we did. So it was just like, I can't believe we're at the fucking same number. It's like the way you do it, the way I do it. It's
exactly
like
the
we're always
same.
like
I think
1
through
to
the year,
3%,
yeah.
like, it's like they're right on.
Yeah.
Like the deal, like everything was like wild.
But I remember even when we chat, like during the year, it's like, you're like way up there and I'm like, well, what the heck is going on over here? But then at the end of it all, it's like the damn same number.
You have always the best January. When I talk to you in January,
Yeah.
you depress me. I'm like, I go, I'm gonna have a bad year. I'm dead. I go, this kid comes out of the box the first quarter
But I'm sprinting, man.
fighter
And then
jet.
it's
He's
like,
blowing up everything. You can't even get a hold of him. That's why we stopped talking, because I can't talk to him anymore. Like he can't get a hold of him. He's just busy. And then after my market, we'll start picking up a little bit later than that. And then yours, we kind of like
Yeah.
go back and forth, right?
teeter-totter.
But it's hilarious. At the end, it's like all the same. But
it's good. It's been good. And I
Different
actually,
paths, same finish line.
100%.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff that we started doing like so long ago, it's the same stuff that we're continuing to do. And then I was going to tell you as well is that I've got like Ima into it and her family, like her sister and her brother-in-law Bucker, who's working with me now too.
Nice, yeah.
So we actually did all sit down and do like letters and go through all of this stuff. And yesterday we actually met and read our letters and stuff like that. So that all
Prophecy letter?
stemmed from you.
Oh,
right?
that's
So it's
awesome,
like,
buddy.
and it's huge. It makes a huge impact on what you're trying to do for the following year.
amazing.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Yeah. The prophecy letter. And again, Raymond's here as well. And Raymond was part of our first mastermind group. And this is where we started all this, like interjection of all like Napoleon's Hill, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, like Robert Kiyosaki, all this stuff. Or not that, Think and Grow Rich. Plus the prophecy letter came from Matthew Fair, which we
Right.
talked about in our first podcast. It was like, it all stemmed from there, like
Yeah.
that mindset. You know what's hilarious? So remember I had to tell you this because we always share prophecy letters forever. And every year I'd have like buy my wife a diamond tennis bracelet, and it would always get pushed to the next year.
Yeah.
Well, this year we did it.
Oh wow, bro! You finally stepped up, man.
It was
That's
like
awesome.
one. I think it's been on there. It's the
10
Porsche
years.
came before the investment product. It was like there's so many things came before. Not like I never bought everything, but it was like finally I'm like, we.
It was on there every damn.
Merry
year.
Christmas, Elisa.
It's like,
Yeah.
Steve, man, open your wallet, dude. Get this damn thing. Good, man. I'm
Yeah.
happy.
So
I'm
talking
happy for
about
her.
prophecy letters, that's awesome. Yeah. So
Amazing.
Yeah, no, it's good, man. I'm glad for you too. You got the whole fam in. So
Yeah, man.
I'm as awesome. I love your wife.
Yeah.
She's actually a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Yeah, like yeah, good for you, man.
Yeah, man. So it's actually, she's like fully involved, as you know, in the business as well.
Well, she's a hustler.
Yeah,
And she keeps you accountable as well. She
sure.
keeps you pushing.
Yeah. And then this
I
year
see
we got.
you. You're like in the videos. You're like, she puts you in your office, get to work, and then you're like want to talk to her and shit.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
like, hey, man,
I don't
like
have time for
boundaries,
this.
bro.
Yeah.
Like you gotta get to work.
No, man, she's awesome, and because of her too, like.
How's your life changed since you've been married? Honestly, because how long you been married now?
5 years. Just
Good for
over
you,
5
buddy.
years.
Wow,
Yeah.
it's been that long.
Yeah, it's just over 5 years, and it's changed like completely. Like it's a complete 180. And even because of her, right? Like I feel like I actually have a real family now.
She's a sweetheart. Yeah.
So yeah, that's really good. And because of her, like, and her sister, like her brother-in-law Bucker, he started working with me this year as well. So it's his first year working with me. He's like my buyer specialist, and we had a really good run in terms of our business structure. It's like something like we've talked about, and I've been trying to like put together. And I took a run at it in like 2016 and 17 when I was like #1 Pickering and agent in Pickering, and I just thought like I was very cocky about it, and I just started throwing bodies at it at my Clements Road unit. And I was like,
I remember.
I can't go wrong. I just throw bodies onto this thing and it's going to scale. But like obviously that didn't work out. But now doing it this way, like in an organized way, and it's someone that's actually motivated to actually help you close sales and help you build a business, not just be there to like say, hey, I want to take all of your business and like just close your sales, but not give anything back to the business. So it's been a very different year this year.
I think again, you know, talking about your wife as well, like she's good because she's gonna hold. She's a glue. It's almost like Elisa, my assistant, holds the glue for me and Mike and everything that we're doing. Because once you have that glue, you can do your super salesman stuff, your pitches and everything. Because you're brilliant. I went on a listed presentation with this guy. It's amazing. It's amazing. I get in there.
There is no presentation.
It was. I get in there. I'm like, it's all like. And it's just like there's a whole process, and so this guy's like, hey, so yeah, and it's like.
Here's a listing.
and I sat back because it was an area that he didn't work, and I worked more of that area, so it was just for convenience for him as well for driving distance. And I just sat back. I was like, okay, this is how he does it. And like, it was beautiful, but it's also he's very skilled, right? Like you've always been skilled. In selling, right?
Yeah, it's like I guess like I mean it's what you do too is right. You got to know your audience and how you're going to kind of approach them, right?
But you're also passionate.
Yeah,
you got passion, you got a lot of energy. You're excited, so it's like it doesn't matter. You can't, and you know your shit as well. So it's like it's like the perfect soup.
And that's why I say about like me being in this business is like sometimes obviously it's a drag, and I don't enjoy it all the time. I'll be very honest. But the thing is that at the end of the day, when I look at it, I actually like it. I like the transactional stuff. I like the business overall. I like real estate, and I think that's what makes me kind of good at it. Because like when there's nothing to do, I'm scanning MLS in my market areas, and I'm seeing like what building permits are coming up and what's going on. So like. I have like random knowledge about stuff just because I'm interested.
You've always been very passionate about Pickering, and it's almost like me in Florida with Estero and Southwest. So like I've never really had that here. Like we grew up in Woodbridge, moved from Malton. It was always like this thing. Then we went from Bolton to Nobleton. And Nobleton I really liked. But it's like you always had that Eastern vibe. Love Pickering.
You know why, man? Because it was an opportunity for the taking. Like when I got to Pickering in 2012, it's like you really like. Of course, there were dominant agents there, but there was no one like representing it and like really owning it. So
passionate about it as well.
Yeah,
some other people did it, but did it for the transaction. Sure. You knew about, like you said, you knew random information about buildings that were coming up
because it was cool. There was a lot of stuff happening, right? Like the way I explained how GTA real estate grew is that it was downtown Toronto, went to North York, went beyond there, Richmond Hill, Oak Ridges, whatever else like that. Then we started to see the West grow and all the way out to like Oakville and whatever else like that. But that East area was like untouched. And even when East started to develop, it actually started to develop like further east, like Oshawa, and then it kind of made its way
Whitby,
in. Exactly. Yeah. So you had like Whitby, Ajax, and then kind of you got to Pickering. So there was a lot of cool things happening in Pickering, and it neighboring Toronto, it made it a very exciting thing.
Especially during the influx. My Pickering, so my sister moved there originally when she got married off of White's Road in Pickering. It was a small community, nice community as well.
Nice community there.
It was like a hike.
Yeah.
You had to really plan for it. You had to pack a lunch for us.
Yeah, listen, man, even right now, like we had our client party.
45 minutes, right?
Dude, we had our client party at the house, right? And then I had the DJ come by from like Stouffville, and he shows up and he's like, dude, like, I didn't know they had houses like this in Pickering. I was like, dude, you live in Stouffville. Like, you don't live like in Vaughan.
far,
Like, come on, buddy. Yeah. So it's like, still, like, people are like, it's far. I was like, dude, it's
Not
right
45
there.
minutes.
Yeah.
We should do our like podcast.
Yeah.
It was like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, you take the 4
And we
seconds.
did like every other week or something like that. Yeah, back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was once a month. Did you do once a month or once?
I think every 2 weeks we like
Yeah.
exchanged.
That was
like,
good.
one
That was
or the
fun.
other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't do that now.
No.
Unless I get on a plane and.
Yeah, you could figure out
fly.
Well, you're here today. Look, we started. Yeah.
We made it happen, man. No, that's awesome.
No, that's good. Yeah. So, what do you see? What did you see with the market? What was like? What did you see? Like, how did you counter? Because you had a great year as well. Like,
Yeah.
what did you do? Like, to come out of it? Because again, we were looking at a lot of people in the in our community, our colleagues and stuff like that had probably not such
Yeah.
a great year, right?
Yeah, we were actually up in terms of last year in sales, and I think it was like kind of like being knowledgeable about the market and knowing what's going on and trying to understand people's needs. Right. What I saw this year is that something I hadn't seen in a while. For better or worse, we had like first-time home buyers kind of come to the table as well. I think there's price points out there that they haven't seen before, and they were kind of interested in that. The other thing also I saw is that a lot more move-up buyers that. I have sold them these townhouses or single car detached homes maybe like 5-7 years ago. They have good jobs. They know that they're steady and whatnot. When I sold them that townhouse, they didn't have a kid. Now they got like 3 kids, and they're like, we're not going anywhere. We actually need the space. So it was actually a good opportunity for them to kind of move up. So we did focus on those 2 kind of categories a lot, and there was a lot going on over there. Despite, obviously the really high inventory levels that we have never seen before. We got to like north of 33,000 listings available for sale on Treb, and yeah,
22,000 as of this morning.
Yeah. So it's like coming down. I think we'll still be like 20%. I'm estimating that we're probably going to be 20% higher than where we were January 1st, this coming January 1st as well. Probably somewhere around there. Like I think around 18,000.
A lot of listings that came off too. I noticed, even though we had some pretty strong sales per week, like between 600 and 800 sales per week. But I think if you looked at, I started looking at terminated, expired, and suspended listings. It was like 1,200 a month.
There's a lot.
So like a lot of those guys are either changing, some realtors are going to ransom them. They won't let up the listing. So those will come back in the market in the new year.
Yep. People
that are terminated, those are usually, could be price adjustments as well. Is that now you can't do that? I know in the States we can't terminate. Can you terminate and cancel relist? Is that something that's stopped here now?
Well, I think it has to be a substantial change.
Substantial, yeah. Like I think price change does qualify for that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they're going to categorize it. I think some people were just terminating and relisting like
at the
as
same
is.
price.
Yeah,
as is.
yeah.
Okay.
Like literally just terminate and relist
Just get the
it.
0 days. Yeah, in the States you can't do that.
Okay.
You just let that sucker ride.
I mean, you shouldn't be able to do it here.
No, you shouldn't.
It's stupid.
You should have
Yeah.
combined days on market
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But and it also expires, so suspended and then terminated. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how the new year. I think again for the year, I think we're going to be in 4 years of hell here, no matter what.
Hey, listen, like I still think that next year is going to be down, right? Like like our price is not going up.
No.
Like there's no chance it's going up. If it's going anywhere, it's going down. And especially like areas with like higher inventory. Like I deal in a market area that has higher inventory in like North Pickering, right? In that Seton area, because they just built like a shit ton of houses over there. And when they were actually selling these and people were lining up around the corner to buy these houses, a ton of these investors got into that, right? So the thing is that when those investors bought, their idea was completely different. They thought they were going to get appreciation, they're going to have a lower mortgage rate and higher rents. And none of that is true at this point right now. So like, I think we're going to have a ton of inventory there that is still going to come up, especially with the 2026, a bunch of these mortgages are going to come up at the same time. So I think that we are going to see elevated inventory there. And especially with product like that in areas like that, we're going to probably see a harder hit on prices for sure.
I think even me and Mike were talking about as well, the construction side's dead. So you're going to have a lot of people that can afford their houses, and also the AI coming in that's in already.
Yep.
That's already stealing jobs daily. So I think it's going to be.
I think from that landscape, it's not going to get better at all. Yeah.
Uncharted territory. I think for Canada, like I forgot what I was talking to my brother-in-law yesterday. It's like you guys don't get it, and I've been talking about this forever. It's not a traditional boom bust cycle. This is a structural change.
It's a huge change now. Yeah.
The government's even telling us it's a structural
100%.
change.
Yeah.
For you not to just listen to what they're saying.
Yeah, I mean,
we're here. Now we can just be here.
Yeah.
Well, that's what he's saying. He's like, expect lower quality of life.
Absolutely.
Right?
They're telling you.
Yeah.
It's not like we've been like saying this for a couple years now.
3 years.
Okay, you don't believe Mike, Steve, and Hussein is one thing, but the guys that are telling us that
Now they have to fess up to it. They weren't saying that before. When you were saying it, they weren't saying it.
selling
Right?
everything.
Yeah.
Why would you tell you? They were selling everything, getting
selling it
out,
to
and
us.
then ultimately
the buyers
they need
to buy their
buyers.
Hey, and you know what? Like talking about it, like it is going to be a huge change. Like this is going to be a change that we've never seen before. And people I talk to, they're like, "Well, we've gone through these cycles before and whatever." But I said it's not like this. Like the amount of change, especially because of AI, we have never seen this, and no one has ever seen this. And at the rate that it's growing, it's going to dramatically change everything at this point.
That's why I look at the Trump administration, where they've created $18 trillion in new investment into the country in 10 months. $18 trillion. And this is all going into a lot of blue collar manufacturing jobs that AI can't take.
Right.
So think about this. So even though we're going to be converting into the white collar, entry level white collar jobs, a lot of that's going to be lost. You know, accounting, stuff like that, accounting, bookkeeping, lawyering, all this stuff. A lot of that's going to be taken away, like entry level. But a lot of the pickup is going to be in going back to the manufacturing side of it. We drove through Buffalo on the way down, and it's like, you've seen these massive buildings that, you know, probably built in the 50s, 60s, maybe 40s, I don't know, but they're just abandoned. It's like, what the hell happened? Like, this was here. It was here for a reason.
Yeah.
And where did it all go? When they started shipping off into China, to Asia, whatever it was, other markets, because of bad politicians clearly selling their country short to make a few bucks, lining their pockets up. And it's like, now it's coming back finally. So I think that's, even if you look at the United States as a whole, if people don't agree with it, really, who gives a shit? It's just ultimately look at it economically. If you're bringing back blue collar jobs, manufacturing, you're going to have a strong middle class, and middle class is what pulls the country.
Yeah. As long as the people, the citizens are able to take those costs in and be able to buy it, right? Like I think like there is a challenge because like the cost of goods coming in from China. As long as there's no choice, and that's what I'm saying. As long as the citizens over there are able to take that in and purchase those goods, then it's going to work.
But you have no choice but to reverse this cycle, because the other way. So look, if America is the largest consumer market in the world, you've seen when the tariffs came, everyone shit their pants. And Canada still doesn't have it.
They don't have a deal.
China has an agreement with the U.S., but Canada doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, come on. And New Zealand and
politics.
Australia don't have that British colony bullshit. And the EU has an agreement with the US, but everyone shit their pants. Why? Because everybody relies on America's buying power in order for their countries to pull up ahead. So as soon as that all stops, they all shit themselves, including Canada. Look at the condition that it's currently in now and the future of it. So what was happening is, so if these American manufacturers are selling products to their market, to their people, their consumers, clearly, and they're getting a bill from outside. They're eating their own. They're chasing their own tail. They're eating from their own, basket that they can't fill anymore. So it is what it is. Even they're becoming super wealthy, but the country's becoming poor.
Yeah.
So ultimately, you got to bring those jobs back. And this is not just America's issue. Italy's the same. I always talk about Italy. Everything was manufactured. Italy was a powerhouse for manufacturing. We were from the north of Italy and the south, but in the north is where everything's manufactured: clothing, cars, specialty like CNC machining, like all that stuff. Like the north is very like high industrial, like Germany kind of thing. And then ultimately everything's getting shipped off into China, to Asia, to all other countries, even other parts of the EU. And it's not. So what happens to the Italians? They get impoverished.
Yeah.
And that's what happened to America, and that's what happened to Canada as well.
For sure.
So at the end, every country should be doing their own thing.
Yep.
And then trading their own product.
Should be.
But a country like, let's say like Apple, for example, like all these phones are all assembled in California, where the hell they are, but they're all built in China.
Yeah.
So why does Apple get the right to build this for a lot cheaper outside of the country and get Americans to pay this is a $1,600 phone or $1,800 phone?
Yeah.
I don't even know. I think
US.
more. It's probably $2,000.
I was going to say that you got US numbers.
So it's like $1,600 US. So like $2,500, whatever it is. So why do they have the right to sell that? That should be heavy tariffs.
Sure,
Either you
should be.
build a thing in the country and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, is the citizens going to get paid a little bit more? Yeah, but ultimately it's for the better good of the country.
Yeah.
It's almost like Christmas time. We were talking about this. I think you had the same discussion I had early on when I had kids as well. You talked about this with me as well, Mike. And then also a guy at my gym in their sterile, he's like, it's disgusting how many toys these kids have on Christmas. It's like there's 1,000.
It doesn't make sense.
They open.
My kids we got a delivery from Costco. My kids are playing with the box that it came in. They don't need the toy.
But that's what I meant. So it's disgusting. How many? Why? Because it's cheap. But if things got up in value, let's say the doll instead of $9.99 was $39.99, you're gonna get one doll.
Yeah.
And you're gonna play with it until the hair falls out.
Absolutely.
And you're gonna replace it. That's what I'm just saying. So right now we're like gorging on, like we're just at a buffet and just gorging and just becoming fat and unhealthy. And that's the same with consumer products right now. You know, like I think that's even for us and my kids. Like I bought everybody jewelry this year. I'm like, at least it's gonna go somewhere. Like you'll hold on to it. It's like, what am I gonna buy you? What else? It's like,
No, and I'm agreeing with you, man. Like the thing is that especially like here in Canada, like I'm not seeing a lot of this stuff happening. And even like what you talk about is like each country kind of has to produce their own. And the stupid thing for us is that we have things that we can produce, but we're like not producing these things either. So it's like we're kind of handcuffing ourselves.
There's ways to make things better, and we don't want to.
Yeah, we're handcuffing ourselves, and on top of it, I'm gonna get hate for this too, but like we're adding additional issues on top of it. So it's like we've already handcuffed ourselves, and now you're throwing shit at yourself at the same time, and it's like you can't save yourself from what's going on here at this point.
no.
There's no logic to it.
No, and you know what? Like things have gotten out of control. Like I remember, like I bought real estate like when I was 21, like 21 years ago. Really, I started buying real estate, and it's like at least you could have done something with it. And I'm honest about it. It's like, you know, when people ask me like, "Oh, should I buy this townhouse for an investment?" And my answer is no. I don't think you should buy this townhouse as an investment. If you really want an investment, maybe buy something that's a duplex, a legal duplex. At least you can buy one property. You got 2 units in it. You could try to get some cash flow out of the thing. You know what I mean? But at least you can try to get some cash flow out of this thing. You buy one townhouse, like you are going to be negative cash flow. It's not going to grow anywhere. It's not going to do anything. But at least like when I was like, you were with me when I was buying these $350,000 townhouses, and sure, we got our like little appreciation, like 5%, 10%. And I was happy about that. But right now you're not getting any appreciation. You're negative cash flow on it. It doesn't make sense. Another thing and we've talked about this before too, is that I just don't like the math anymore. The math is that if a couple gets together, they each make $60K or something like that. It's $120 times that by 5. It's $600,000. That becomes your mortgage qualifying. But what are you buying for $600,000? There's nothing. So you're going to go look for a condo. Well, you can't buy a $600,000 condo because your condo fee is going to take a part of your qualifying. So what are you going to qualify for then? $500, $550. So you got a $120 income with a couple, and you got a condo that's basically not going to do anything for you.
And you can't expand in there if
that's
you have kids,
it, bro.
Yeah.
It's so what do you do? So I like it because I went down to Texas, as you know, and whatever. We go out there and we look at this, and there's like townhouses there, like, you know, 1,800 square foot townhouses there for like $300,000. And it's like, at least you can get into that. You know what I mean? You could get into that. Even if it doesn't appreciate like crazy, you can at least afford to live, and you can actually build a life on top of that. Now you go into this $500,000 or $550,000 condo here. You're basically putting, you know, 40% of your income before taxes into it. After taxes, that's like what, 65, 70% of your income went into a condo and taxes. So what are you actually going to be left with? What are you going to be able to grow?
But also lower quality of living standards.
Of course, yeah.
Quality of life. Everything is on the decline.
Yeah.
Like heavy decline.
Yeah.
This is like off the cliff. But it all started in 2015 when Trudeau got elected. And we'll talk about politics because it is the truth. You can't deny it. You can't walk away from it. You gotta look at the problem where it happened.
Yeah.
When everybody was looking for a youthful someone with I remember that one lady. It was like I won't even say her name, but it's from a well-to-do person in your community, high selling real estate agent. The daughter, which was very highly educated, was like, well, at least he's got somebody that picks out his clothes for him and combs his hair. I'm like, your dad spent like $100,000 on your university degree, and that's
what you got.
That's what you got out of that. Yeah. And then I start debating for my kids in university. I'm like, if that's what you get, okay. So everyone voted in this party because it was this handsome new look. They didn't want it to Harper, which Raymond was talking about, which was like a man that's an economist that had an understanding of how to run a country. Okay, so you got bamboozled, but then you could have saw at that point what was happening. Then you had a second time to vote it out, right? Same party.
Yeah.
Then you had a third time to vote it out, and the third time was during the pandemic. Like you saw how they mishandled everything during COVID. Like clearly it was a disaster as the rest of the world was opening up and was going together, and Canada was what it was. You can already see it. Voted again. Then the fourth one, like. I don't understand.
It doesn't make sense.
So ultimately, the suffrage in Canada is caused by the Canadians that voted in this party. Yeah. It's it. And I think everyone needs to fess up and say we were wrong, and how do we fix this? Because until everyone gets their ego out of the way and saying if it's a left or right party, you got to get down and say this was our issue, our fault. And the quality of living, the standards that we're currently in, the squalor that we live in right now is due to our bad decision making.
Yeah.
And then put that shit aside and then vote a new party in. Even if it's not conservative, if it's something else, like, you got to figure it out, because what happens is that they've taken a grip on the country.
Yeah.
And in 10 years, we went from like a super, like Canada, like Raymond was talking about as well. Canada was respected on the main stage.
Sure
with
was.
Harper.
Yeah.
When he was at the G8 and the G7, it was respected. I'm like, finally. I've been following politics since I was a kid, like 5. Like I've been watching George Senior in like in the 80s in America, and obviously through Chrétien to Martin and all these people. And like I was reading the paper in the morning, like these can't be the leaders of my country.
Yeah.
Like they're none of them. I cannot stand behind any of them. These are not real men.
Yeah.
And then finally we had someone that kind of stood up and fought for Canada. We went to war with America. We put everything forward. Like we had the banking system was respected worldwide. And like the UK would pluck, maybe it was Corey at the time, I forgot which one, but they plucked some of our, executives that were working in our banking system because it was bulletproof. So like we were respected. It was like this little country, 30 odd million at the time, maybe less, was like had a really big punch.
Yeah.
And then ultimately, then they handed it off to this new party that was legalized marijuana. When somebody throws you a bone, you gotta look at the other what's behind the bone.
Yeah.
Because that's a free bone.
Yeah.
And they're looking for, obviously that's a good way to get the votes. If you're looking, we're gonna legalize marijuana. So now you got all the college vote, the youth, and then you got like whatever the kind of youth. But it's like you're avoiding all the people that you can already see the gimmick behind that. But this is the suffrage that we have now in Canada is based on the Canadian voting.
Yeah.
That's all it is. That's the problem.
You know what? And you said it. Like, it's like, okay, you voted it 1, 2, 3, 4 times, right?
times, bro?
And it's like, yo, when do you learn? And it's like, look, man, I think some people won't learn or don't care, or maybe they're okay with it, right? But I think for some people, like, and I'll use myself as an example, like, I was like, okay, we had the conversation and you're like, you're retarded. Like, basically you told me like, you don't make any sense. We sat down and you told me I don't make sense. Because I was like, no, it's going to get better. It's it's just a cycle or whatever else like that. But I can't even buy that anymore. Like I can't buy into that anymore at this point right now. It's just, it doesn't make any sense. It's like I think that if I continue to kind of do what I'm trying to do over here, like it's like I'm going to shoot myself in the foot at this point right now. When do you say enough is enough? And I think I'm at the point right now to say like enough is enough. And it's not to say that I'm just going to like leave or do whatever else like that. But at least now it's like, I'm definitely going to open my eyes and start to look and at least take action. Like forget about even looking now. Now I'm going to start to take some action and say, okay, well, this is not obviously going so well. And I'm going to have to like take something from here and start to put it in different areas. Like at least you can spread it around a little bit. So like, even for me, if I feel like I'm tied down over here, but it doesn't mean that just because I'm physically here, it doesn't mean that I can't protect myself by moving assets around to other places.
You hit it dead on. I mean, and that's what our early thought when we unloaded everything in 2022 is this. Money's got to keep working.
Yeah.
When it stops working for you.
I think that's the key, bro.
Yeah.
I think that's where, sorry to interrupt you, but
yeah.
that's where I'm at right now. And that's what I was trying to explain with the houses and the investments and everything else like that. It's like, it's just not working anymore. But there are other places in the US, around the world, there are other places that it's still working. So why would I just keep my capital here and continue to watch it shrink year over year? And that's what I'm doing right now.
You got to invest where the return's best.
Like hundreds of thousands of dollars have just vanished.
Probably
Yeah.
lost millions.
Yeah, it's
Easy.
I don't want to go there, but it's like
I know what you own.
we're
I'll
there.
do fast. I'll do fast math. Yeah,
We're there. Like if it's 7 figures, I'm not surprised right now.
1,000%. I mean, 35% of from the top. Just calculate that. That's what you lost. But and again, it's if it was an economic boom bust cycle, like we always preach, like never sell, always hold. But you gotta be able to be malleable as well as things are moving. It's like almost like if in a political party or something like that. If the political party that you choose, let's say I'm a conservative, clearly everybody knows, like if that party turns to shit and I don't agree with its politics or where it leads to my kids, I'm leaving. I'm going to abandon. They're not going to hold me. It's like everyone's still waiting for the Leafs to win a Stanley Cup. Change your fucking team, guys. Pick a winning team. Like you're not like bound to this thing by God. Like you got to move around. It's also like, people, we again in the earlier conversation, it's like Canada made me, but it's trying to break me. So what do? Like, I'm not going to let it break me. I'm going to pivot, like that overused word, but move around that and reposition. That's it. And that's it. We're born immigrants. You're an immigrant to Canada. Raymond's an immigrant. Mike's parents, your grandparents. Like, we're all immigrants at literally one generation in. I'm a half a gen into Canada. Why are we so tied down? If the country fails you, why are we so tied? This doesn't even make sense.
I think it's just like people are like, your feelings and emotions, it gets too tied into the whole thing.
Can't look at any of that.
And then having like hope. You know what I mean? But the thing is that we just had false hope. Like,
I think I had a lot of bad ex-girlfriends that made me like summarize things quickly. And maybe that's where I got it from. I had like bad ex-girlfriends. Like, I can look at the bullshit from a mile away. I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do this again. And
that's why you are you, man.
Problems. It's a bad experiences in my life. And it's just, I can just summarize shit quickly and just take your emotion out of it and just, again, like, so even those little properties we're buying in Florida, like that little one we just bought now, it's like it's 2,200 square feet for $265,000. Cheap. First time
the last
buyer.
house I sold, the deposit the client made or the down payment is higher than that.
That's what I'm saying. Cars. People buy, it's a car, a Mercedes AMG GT or whatever. So like, if you look at, that's going to make me $500 passive income per month. We leased it out, which is great.
Massive.
It takes a little longer to lease out. We're like 60 to 90 days, 120 days, a little longer, but it's okay because we're buying on the low.
Yeah.
So now Lennar is selling that same house for like 320, 330. So you made 20, 25% appreciation
right away.
But
this is the game.
And it's a small investment. It's not like it can make me a millionaire, but I love that the money is working. So I allocated that money, we moved around, boom, that's already working again. It's in another system, another cycle.
And I'm watching you, man. And that's what I'm looking at. I'm like, this is what I used to do. I used to look for these pre-con opportunities. I used to buy these pre-cons and they used to appreciate and cash flow. And I'm looking at you every day and I'm like, you know what? This just doesn't make sense anymore.
Doesn't
like,
make sense.
Okay, fine. If I'm not ready to physically move myself out of here for
assets.
whatever reason, but I need to get my money out of here.
But look at all the wealthy, even though we're not there, but the wealthy, the globalists, that's why they're called globalists. We're like entrepreneurs. No, those are globalists. They're like, we're going to move money to Dubai. And we're going to move whatever country they're moving into. They're going to move into Ukraine very shortly because that's going to summarize a no more war. And then there's going to be a lot of money that's going to be flowing out of there. So that's another thing. But it's like, if you look at all that, they're moving money to kind of keep working.
Yeah.
So for us, we're like little guys. For me, it's like, okay, the States makes the most sense for me. I'm not going to Ukraine and it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just like, you got to keep it going. And then look, even driving in, like we went through so many states driving in from Toronto. It's like, I can go anywhere. I'd be on a flight in an hour, 2 hours. I can be in Ohio or whatever the hell it is. It's like in North Carolina, an hour and a half, 2 hour flight. Get in, look at real estate, do what I got to do, fly out, go back home. Yeah. That's why Florida, for me, like Southwest Florida is always going to be special to me, like our home base, because of how it feels to me. It's like, I always like say it's like a hug from my grandmother. You're like your grandma. It's like soft and like warm. It's all full of love, Yeah. So that's how Southwest feels for me. But I can get to the hard, states. I can get into New York if I really want to invest, or like these fast-paced cities, get in there, do invest it, and just fly back to the old grandmother.
Well, you have options there, man, in the U.S., right? Like in the U.S., I think you have so many more options. Like here, what are you actually going to go? Winnipeg?
Nowhere. There's nothing.
Like I don't know where you're actually going to go.
I was talking to my brother-in-law. My poor brother-in-law landed for 3 hours. I think I tired him out for about a month. I probably won't even see him on Christmas. But it's like, I go like when you're dealing with both countries between Canada and the U.S., because the problem is the ego here with their politicians, their premiers, and all that stuff. They're punching above their belt. They're not as big as they think they are. They're pouring out liquor. It's very embarrassing. We don't use the C word in America. I don't want people to know. It's embarrassing because the hostility is coming from Canada. Yeah. So it's like you're seeing your little sister like just being a nag. And you're like, what's happening? Like, what are you doing? That we treated you well this whole time, and now you're being a nag. But it's like, so I'm over there. We don't use it because it's all the hostility to Americans is coming from Canada. America, not to Canada. It's vice versa. So we just we don't want to. Again, we were treated well. There's no issues. People know I'm Canadian. Doesn't matter. We're originally from Canada. But ultimately, the hostility, and so the ego's all here. And if you look at it, to my brother-in-law, it's like you do an analogy in sports. It's like you're playing. When I'm there, I'm in the NHL. I'm playing at a high league. And then when I'm here, it's like OHL, ECHL. It's like a lower, like a third division team. Like
well, the thing is that even because of the population, right? The population and then the mindset of people there, it's a completely different place, right?
My brother was talking just about the grocery store, the standards when he was so, that wasn't. He's told me about 6 times about the grocery store. He actually talked to the manager. Rob, where are you going? I'm like, I gotta talk to this guy. What? He's like, everything is like he was positioning that those paper Chinette plates there.
No way.
They had to be like stations, like, and it was like in the aisle, so it had to be like station. The label had to be like perfectly centered. But it's not just
standards there.
But that's the store. That's the the league of it. And then when you get out here, it's a slop.
Yeah.
But that's also, again, over there they have a different approach to life. They have that. Still, you got to look at the way that the country was founded on freedom, fight. And they have that runs through their DNA. And again, there's a lot of controversy, obviously, between what's happening in politics, but the heart of the country is still there, and I experience it every day. The people, and they even, like, I'm an immigrant to that country.
Sure,
they fucking love me there.
Yeah,
they're like, we want more people like you.
Yeah,
you're the immigrant we want.
Yeah.
You're hardworking. You're a good family man. You respect the country. You're all for America, and that's why when I got there, first thing we did is I put up a flag. It was like Raymond, when he got to Canada from Cambodia, put a Canadian flag. Why? Because he saw something, he left something he didn't like. Cambodia was communist, so he escaped. And then ultimately, for me, COVID, not getting vaccinated, felt like a communist country. We were not. I remember high income. We do well. We had $8 to $9 million worth of real estate. We weren't like schlebs. When I got to eat outside in fucking freezing cold because I'm not abiding to what you want me to do, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
I can't be here anymore. I have bad feelings about you.
Yeah.
And then not only that, it also turned the country inside out, not just like with neighbors and family on who did and who didn't. And then the reality is all the information was out. Because if it was a real thing, like in the sense that it was actually saving grandmothers, we would all do it, clearly. But it wasn't. And it was just to sell more product.
Yeah.
At the end, now, if you look in America, did you see they put black labels on the COVID vaccine just now?
No.
You probably won't hear it here.
No.
Because you guys are so filtered with information. So in America now, the health minister, which is Robert F. Kennedy, Bobby, right? So now vaccine has a black label on all the fucking damage it does to you. And how dangerous this is especially for children.
And it's the highest level, I think.
Highest level, black label. So myocarditis. Remember we were watching all those soccer players fucking faint and die on. Yeah, that was the vaccine.
Oh,
that was myocarditis when it would spike. So now it's a black label. So now this country literally was pushing. They wanted my daughter to get vaccinated to go dancing. What? My child? No, we're going to stop. And this is, again, that's why when we get back here, we got bad feelings about this place, just based on that. And it wasn't that. It was the people that fought against that. Your neighbors, your friends, your family members.
You were alienated because you didn't do it, right?
Oh, I was literally, again, it's an extreme example, but if you're in Nazi Germany and you were Jewish, you were put in a ghetto.
Yeah.
And that's how we felt as a family. We had to hide. We couldn't tell anybody. I remember we went to a carb meet, with a Porsche carb meet, and literally sitting in cappuccinos, they were like, it was a Gestapo. Papers, please, papers. I'm sitting there. I'm like, fuck. I hope she doesn't ask me. Papers, 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 papers. I had to walk out. I'm driving a fucking 911. I gotta walk out of this piece of shit bakery in Nobleton. What are we doing here? So going all of that, and so what we saw there was obviously a fight between the Republican Party and the Democratic side, so the left and the right, and the Republican parties got it all right, like the Republican states, like Texas, Florida. No wonder they all did well, is because they literally stuck to logic and reality. And the other places were pushing product because they were all basically under the same, umbrella. So it's just unfortunate.
Yeah.
So, but going back to that, so that's why, again, a lot of, hurt feelings there as well. Maybe that was my emotion, but it was a good push for me to move out. But also, there's nothing here anymore.
But I think that's my biggest push, right? Like politics obviously is not going so well over here, but my biggest push is that it's just, there is no business. Sure, my transactional business is good. I even said it's increased over last year, and I'm sure it's going to increase next year, right? But the thing is that to make real money, people, fine, we do good in our transactional business. But the thing is, I'm kind of used to that, and I use that money to service my lifestyle. But then I have this other investment side of me that actually really generates wealth for me. Do you know what I mean? And that's not possible here.
No.
And I think that's my biggest takeaway. It's I can't build big wealth anymore. And to your point, dude, my parents immigrated over here. I'm very lucky that I was born here in the time that I was born here, the opportunities that I had. Because sometimes I think that, dude, if I was born in India, where my mom's from, like, you would have been a nobody. You wouldn't have even had the opportunities. It wasn't a free country
100%.
to do whatever you wanted to. Here, I bend the rules. As long as I can prove myself and someone believed in me and gave me a shot at it, I had an opportunity.
North American dream.
Yeah. So that worked really, really well. But like, I'm not seeing that anymore. And you know what? Maybe for some people that may still work, but I'm not saying we scaled so high either, but the thing is where I've scaled to right now is like, it's just, I can't push anymore over
But you
here.
know this better than me because you're South Asian as well. Like your population, like Indian population, a lot of them are not, am I right? Are they not coming in anymore?
Yeah, they don't want to come in.
Yeah.
In fact, they're leaving because I end up dealing with that population, like that demographic when they come here, like a bunch of them. And I've had a bunch of them just basically say, I'm leaving, like sell my house, I'm leaving.
But what where are they going and why?
Well, because the thing is that their quality of life there is better.
In India.
Yeah, their quality of life is better. Even over there, they're getting paid the same amount of money. Like a lot of these guys obviously are in IT, right? So they're getting paid in USD or maybe even in Canadian dollars. They're getting that same pay, but they're sitting in India where their costs are a lot lower, where they're surrounded by their family. They have better weather. Like everything is better for them. In fact, like it's not uncommon for like, I don't want to say even mid like middle class, but even if you want to call it like lower class, like lower to mid kind of in that range, for you to have like somebody that comes in and does all your housework for you and whatever else like that. It's a very, very common thing. So when they come over here and they're like household income $250,000, I don't see my kids, I don't have any sunshine, like I'm having to pick up all of my crap, like I can't afford to hire somebody even at that pay, you know what I mean? So it's for them, logically they balance it out and like it doesn't make any sense for us. And then now you add in that whole layer of like education for my kid and they're like, wow, what was your homework today? Like it doesn't make sense for them. They're like, I'd rather take them back over there. They're going to have their culture, whatever that culture is. And plus we're going to put them in the best private schools that are out there in India. And we're making our same money. We're banking money. We have business opportunities over there. So it just logically for them makes sense. Here they were coming because like things like the environment wasn't so nice and blah, 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 whatever. But I don't know. I have so much faith in India. Like India is growing in such a different way that it is going to become like one of those superpowers or whatever else like that. They are getting their shit together. And I think that people are starting to see this and they are leaving. Even like we hear about the students that are still getting accepted over here. They come over here for a little bit and they're like, I'm not putting up with the shit. They're actually leaving.
What shit are they putting up with?
Like, it's just that, like how much it costs to actually rent a place over here or whatever else like that. Like it's very expensive for them to come over here. I think the people that you still see kind of coming over here, unfortunately, are the people that are going to be trying to take advantage of our system. Yeah. Those are the people that still want to stay here. Anyone that's smart, like let's just say the immigration policy is the same as the US. Like I feel like I can get into the US, like whether it be through E2 or that EB5 direct, like I have a way of getting there. And like what you described, I feel like I fall into that category of like, they want me to kind of go over there, like people like us that they want over there. But like, they're not going to allow people that are going to like milk off of their system. They have standards of people that they actually want to bid in there. In fact, they're deporting the people that are doing that kind of stuff. But here, these are the people that are still coming into here and they're allowed to come in over here.
But why do you think they're allowing them in? So they're letting talent leave because we the highest migration out of Canadian history since 1946.
Yeah.
So like this year. So why do you think they're allowing?
I could be wrong. Yeah, I could be wrong, and it might sound like a conspiracy thing, but I feel like when they're allowing these people in,
conspiracies are always about 6 months before they become reality.
But dude,
so
like,
nothing's a conspiracy anymore.
But the thing is, I think they're allowing to come in because, like, look what happened when Trudeau ran, right? Justin Trudeau ran the Liberal Party, right? Why did my parents vote for him? Why? Because
and my parents as well.
Okay, but why? Why specifically my parents or this Ismaili culture or whatever? Why do they have such a huge tie to this Trudeau name? Well, when things were going sideways in East Africa, where my dad is from, and Idi Amin was kicking everybody out, Pierre Trudeau opened the doors and let everybody in. So they remember that. Exactly. Yeah. So they remember that. So when Justin Trudeau came in blindly, they didn't understand policies or anything else like that. Even up until like the third election or whatever, my mom's like, well, they're going to give us dental care. I was like, but who's going to pay for dental care? You know what I mean? They don't care, but it's Trudeau. Like, you know what I mean? So I think the people that they are letting in, people that are coming, they are automatically going to be loyal to that party. They're going to vote for that party. party, they're going to vote in that favor. Essentially, I think they're letting them in. They're using our system that we've contributed to, and they're buying votes in that way so they can continue to remain in power. That's my conspiracy theory.
It's not conspiracy
on it.
I was just seeing where you're gonna go. We all believe that.
I think,
yeah.
to it, because nothing else makes sense.
But I don't understand
It's
why.
not
Like
a
why
it's
you
not a
wouldn't have a standard?
You got to think of conspiracies are not conspiracies anymore. Like,
But bro,
an
like-
alien maybe. I
Sure.
but I'm saying like, so that's logic. That's buying votes.
But even right now, bro, like why is it that you can come live in Canada, establish residency or whatever, and then leave or whatever, and then your kid that's not born here can get citizenship?
Yeah.
Like, but how? Like, how would that work? I don't understand. But dude, then what is the incentive for me to continue? Honestly, what is the incentive for me to continue?
You're gonna work harder for less.
Dude, I had to get my thyroid checked, okay? Because like whatever, they put me on shit, and then you should see a thyroid specialist. Fine, okay, set me up. 9 months later, set me up for a thyroid appointment, and I get like, I'm panicking a little bit. Not panicking, but like, dude, like, why do I have to wait 9 months? Like, I make all this money, I pay all this taxes. Like, why am I waiting 9 months? Curiosity's sake, call Buffalo. We have appointment 45 minutes. How much is it? $175. Not even expensive.
Oh my goodness.
But that's
So why am I going to continue to do what I do?
That's the propaganda here in Canada that the health. Okay, so the healthcare is broken for the Americans, but for the Canadians going there, it's a blessing. Because my daughter fractures her thing, she's right in MRI, X-ray, everything's done on the spot.
Yeah.
And again, the bill's $150, sometimes $200.
Fine.
I got healthcare right now. I pay $1,400, even I think it's $1,200 a month for a family of four.
Yeah.
With $5 million of coverage
Beauty.
on anything. So
That's
I'd have to
amazing.
have 5 heart attacks simultaneously the same day in order to go through that 5 million. I think it's even I can do a few more heart attacks as well. But it's like, and it's $1,200 a month.
I think that's a great deal. Like, I've looked at
Great
it
deal.
too.
It's
Bro,
fucking peanuts. It's like, imagine how much your gross income.
That's
like
what I was looking at the
taxation-
taxes.
Why don't they
Yeah.
split that up and tell me how much goes to healthcare here?
And you're getting good quality because they're fighting for your business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no, yeah.
But for the Americans, it's broken. Like, they got to fix it. There's a whole bunch of stuff. But for us coming in, it's like, that's a good deal. That's a very good deal.
I think it's a great deal.
And the hospitals are clean,
Yeah.
maintained. Everyone's friendly. It's a biz, like going to a hotel. It's
But
like
that's-
going to a beautiful whatever, one of those Marriotts or
But
Hiltons.
those are the things that I think that we'll never see here.
No.
Like, it's not going to happen here.
So-
So if you want that, it's not going
Socialized
to be
healthcare
here.
was good to 20 million people.
Yeah.
You're a 40 million plus. It
With
doesn't work.
with no new real infrastructure, nothing significant that's
No.
gone in to support that
No.
population growth.
Nothing.
So
My wife had to go to Etobicoke General, where I was born at, actually. But there's the old part of it clearly when I was born, but then there's a new section, which is got to be less than 10 years, I would imagine, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, probably about 10 years.
That place looks third world to me. I go, babe, I don't know if we should just wait. We should wait because she booked it before we left. It was like MRI. It was like 2 years later. I'm like, maybe we should wait. Just do it in the U.S. It's disgusting. I didn't want to sit. The waiting rooms, the outside. It was third world, dude. It was disgusting. Everything. So outside the building was all trash and crap and chewing gum and just dirt. And then inside you walk through that little thing there, the carousel of the door, disgusting, trash. You get in, no one's talking to you, you don't know where the hell you're going. Then you walk down these walkways to where the hell you're going. It's disgusting. Then we went to the waiting room. I go, why is the fucking washroom all rusty? Like the doors and it's like, where are we? This is like one of those horror movies, like Turista, man. It's like literally I had to get a tetanus shot on the way out of there. How is this?
there's no improvement to these things, man.
But
There's no
where's that
money
going?
to
It's
it.
only 10 years old.
Yeah.
But where is that going, bro?
I don't know. I got my last tax
So why-
bill and it's massive.
So, but
I don't know
why
where.
did the general public, you talk to anybody, like I talk to family members, friends, they think it's good. It's like,
What?
oh, you don't have healthcare there.
Here?
Well, yeah.
Oh.
I don't know.
I know you're not paying for it, or like you're not
get the
directly
bill.
paying
Yeah,
for
you don't
it.
have, like write a check for it,
yeah.
like you don't know. But like, why is everybody in denial? Can we not just call a spade and say, hey, things are broken here. We need to take this country to a better place. We need, number one, a new government and a new strategy.
But this
How do we
cannot
get
happen.
investment back here?
But this is not going to happen based on the immigration that's happening and how they're going to be loyal
But
to that vote. It's not.
It's the mentality of the people here as well, where they don't like strong messaging.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It's a
Yeah.
weak mindset.
It's too strong.
and it's too strong. We had Pierre Poilievre. He tipped it. it was going.
Yeah.
And then when they did the swap, I said, it's done. I told you in advance. You didn't believe
Actually,
me.
I wasn't believing it either. And
Yeah,
you're
I
like,
told
it's
you,
dead.
It's done, yeah. The swap happened.
I was like, no, this guy's still making it.
It's done.
Yeah.
I go, it's done. Elbows up, man. In America, there's elbows down because they're shooting a gun. It's a rifle. There's no elbows up.
No,
This
man,
is
I leave
nonsense.
my keys outside. When I go home, I lock my door, but I leave all my keys on the front step here.
Well, that's what they told you to do.
Yeah. Take my cars. Don't break into my house.
The mindset until that straightens up. Again, like I don't know. I don't know. I don't see it coming out of it.
But that's the problem, bro.
the problem.
I think that even if somebody else tries to change it, the damage is so big right now.
There's no
It's
going
so
back.
big.
Yeah,
like
we're too deep.
you might, bro. You might go back, but what, 20 years?
For at what cost?
Like, yeah.
And look, we were talking about the last podcast.
Yeah.
Basically, the Canada and U.S. had the best relationship for trade for 100
Forever,
years. Okay?
yeah.
So now it's like being like a contractor. Say you own a drywall company. Your neighbor throws you this work for 100 years. Now he says, I'm not going to give it to you anymore.
Yeah.
I'm going to go find someone else.
Yeah.
Now you have to go find a new business partner,
Yeah.
new people to work for.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen overnight.
No.
Right? You have to build that relationship. You're screwed.
It's screwed. And look at the attitude here. Guys pouring out American liquor on bourbon on television. Like, this is nonsense.
Dude,
This is
I actually like
child
what
play.
I like what Ford did. Like, he was basically like, oh, we're not traveling to Florida. They're down. And Buddy comes out and he's like, we actually have like an increase in tourism in Florida.
yeah.
It's like, there's no impact.
And we win Stanley Cups.
Yeah.
Because the Florida Panthers won last year's Stanley Cup. So it's like,
two in a row.
yeah, two in a row. I've been there.
So the
I've already
thing is-
seen a hockey team win.
Whatever Canada is doing is not having an impact.
No,
it's
but
so
their,
small.
their approach is like this little, look at me. You need business people in there to make the deals. That's it. You need someone to go to Washington and say, what do we need to make a deal here?
Yeah.
What do we need to make a deal?
Yeah.
Instead of pouring liquor and like disrespecting your biggest trading partner and like spitting in their face and your little shit. That's what it is. A little shit.
Well, I think the spit in the face was the ad that he sent through the whole country.
And basically, even Carney is standing back there rolling his eyes like, oh, man, that shouldn't have happened.
Why is he it's like he's such a fool. He's a fool.
But what happened to Dougie, man? Like,
a
he
fool,
was
but-
okay. He was okay, but then he like flipped.
But I saw him initially. I never really liked him, to be honest. But it was our only side that would go.
But that's the
work for
thing.
us,
But he was okay at that. But then now it's just like, dude, like,
terrible. It's terrible. We're getting text messages. Are you voting? My buddy that moved to Florida as well. He's like, I'll vote when there's a real conservative, delegate that's going to represent me in Canada. No, exactly. My wife didn't. No, you don't count on our vote. It was not happening. It's just what it is. We're not going to do it. We just seen all these signs, $30 billion in new roads. There's people leaving. You don't need new roads. You need to give that $30 billion to make new businesses here. Why don't you spread that around? Why don't you have a conference for entrepreneurs? Say, come down. We have these abandoned buildings, and we're gonna have more of them, a lot more of them, and we're gonna finance this for you. And we're gonna what do you want? Tech AI? This building is free. Pay it off in 20 years. Remember New York? New York City was bankrupt in the 70s and 80s. People took advantage of it.
Yeah.
But also what they were doing, like Trump took advantage of it. They were selling these massive, like the Astoria Hotel. I think it's the one in Home Alone. That was Trump owned that. But they were giving them, here's a building. There's a, like small purchase and no taxes, property taxes for like 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
Okay, there's incentive there. Okay, so that all that tax money that I'm going to spend for the next 10 years, 20 years, I'm going to put into redoing the building. What does that do? Oh, it brings people back to the city.
Yeah.
And then you went from a bankrupt, dangerous city where it's going into now because all the crazy, they got Mandani, all this craziness down there. But ultimately, they went from like bankrupt to Giuliani cleaned everything up. It was the safest place to live. The economics was, bang on. To Bloomberg did a good job as well. Then you had like fucking Mayor de Blasio, which the guy was giving people, you want to get vaccine? We'll give you a free hamburger and French fries. There was a commercial. It's a fucking joke.
French
he goes,
fries too? No way.
I thought it was just the burger, man. If they offered the fries, I would have lined up.
Yeah, the fried burger. He's like, you're telling me I just got to get a vaccine and you're going to give me this?
Yeah.
And he's like, it's like insulting. But again, it went from that to like the heyday of like Times Square and everything, and then ultimately where it's going now. So, but that's what Canada needs to do. Like, give businesses, line up all the biggest businesses in Canada. Have like a meet with them. Let's have a round table instead of him pouring out liquor. And now you got Crown Royal, which is the crown of Canadian liquor for rye whiskey, right?
Yep.
It's moved to New York.
Yeah.
It's going to distribute out of New York now. You lost your fucking.
And they're telling us that we're gonna be our own biggest investor. Like there's no money coming in.
No.
So is it? He's like, well, we don't need to drink Crown Royal.
Yeah.
You're alienated
pushing
everybody.
everyone out.
Your trading partner and your own companies. Get a round table together, guys. He should just say, I am not good at this. Clearly, I'm not a businessman, even though whatever business he owns.
Yeah.
Let's get everyone together, delegates, like all the largest companies. How do we fix this? What do you guys see? What can we do as a government to give you more leverage to make more businesses here, to create more employment? So all it is a conversation.
But you know what, dude? Like, I'm at a point where I don't believe that they're going to do anything, or
No,
they don't want to do anything, and it's not going to happen.
But that's just like hopeful. If you woke up, it was like out of a dream.
but-
Like,
but that-
wow, they did it.
but you
Like,
see-
you
but
have it
you-
on the conference. Like,
But I
look,
can't even
you
go
can't
down
even-
that road anymore, man.
No.
Like because
pouring bottles of liquor on TV. Like it's
dude,
prohibition.
like for 4 years, I've been like, okay, it's gonna get better. It's gonna
coming.
get better.
It's coming this year.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
year.
it's gonna be good. It's good. I don't have that anymore. Like I'm lying to myself. If I look in the mirror and I say that, I know I'm lying to myself
ain't
now.
coming, bro.
But that's where I have to draw the line. When I look at myself and I know I'm lying to myself, like I can't take that anymore, right? And you know what? The way I look at it now too is that look, man, I'm small compared to what the government is and what they're gonna do and how they're gonna do it. So I can't even have a say in it anymore or whatever. It doesn't feel like it's fair. I can't even have a say in it. So all I could do now is like what I said is like now if you feel strongly enough about it, look for other opportunities, right? And don't feel like you're handcuffed over here. Like you're not. Like you should be able to kind of go around.
Your country left you.
Yeah.
You didn't leave your country. Your country left you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, ultimately, you got to make a decision at that point. I think when you really distill it and just look at it, your country left. You didn't change. No. It changed on you. It's almost like politics. If your party, like again, going back to like like left, like Democrat or liberal, at one point, like even the Democrats in the States, like if you look at any of my office and my home office, I have a picture of JFK on there. He's a Democrat, old school Democrat, and also his inauguration speech. To me, that was inspiring.
Right.
That's what we want to vote. Yeah. So the modern day Republican is an old school Democrat.
Yeah.
Freedom of speech, vision, uniting is this whole thing. That's what the right stands for versus the left. But I don't understand why the people on the left cannot see that. So they're just voting like it's the Toronto Maple Leafs going to win the Stanley Cup. 67 guys. Like maybe we got to just.
But we know why the voting is messed up.
But again, it's how many people? Okay, so that's the immigrant, but it's not just the immigrant; it's the people here.
There are some, bro.
A lot.
Sure, there is.
Trust
but
me.
the thing is that I think that we have such an aging population too, man. And those are the ones that were loyal to that party from the beginning. And the thing is that the perks that they throw at those guys are the ones that they're attached to.
But even the young people that have gone to university, it's the college vote, it's the university vote. It's all the only people that are really right wing are blue collar. Let's face it. Farmers, construction workers, not now you're going to start seeing the white collars shifting over to the right. But it's always been, if I went to university, I'm a left wing. It's like almost like I have to be left because that's where the smart people vote. But if you look at what they stand for, it's nothing what they believed in originally. So now they're just doing it because it's like, I'm going to wear a Toronto Maple Leaf. That's what they're doing. They're wearing badges because that's what we do. Not because what they're going to do for you or the country or what they plan on doing. It's just this is my group of people, and it's groupthink. This is communism. Yeah. And I think people, they're not waking up because it's 4 times now. They might as well.
Well, I think that's the sign right there. It's just like it's not going to change.
Before maybe Hussein doesn't even know this, but so Mike's been keeping me up to level here with what's happening in politics. So we're in a minority government. We're 4 or 5 seats away from
one now.
Yeah. So but originally it was 5, 6.
No, I think it was like
3
or 4.
3 or 4, yeah.
Something like that.
So now you're down to 1.
The Green Party.
Oh, that's the one they already negotiated. I'm very sure it's already negotiated. They just haven't came out because of all the hate they got.
They got to do it slowly. Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah, they got this already locked. It's going to happen.
I'd love to check his Swiss bank accounts. Whatever bank accounts out of the country, like you need to track that guy because if you buy him off, you give that guy $20 million, what does he care?
Yeah.
That's it.
That guy was bought. Markham Unionville was bought for sure. That was
so
100% bought.
Oh yeah, they all be bought.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they be bought?
Yeah. And the other one's bought too. Yeah. Like I'm so confident about it. Like it's just a matter of time.
Those
absolutely.
First quarter of the new year, we're in a majority. Wait till this is a majority.
Oh.
I think we should end on that bombshell.
Yeah, just leave it at that. We'll wrap it up next year.
Oh man, there we go.
Listen, thank you so much for watching, Hussein.
Thanks for having me,
always
guys.
fun. Clearly, this is more of like an intense conversation, but these are conversations we need to have to heal like what we're going through in Canada. Because these are hard conversations, and I think every household should be having these and just not being divisive and like hatred. Let's work together to fix what the current problem is.
Hey, and you know
That's
what?
it's about.
And what I've been saying to people too is like, oh, if whatever is going on works for you, works for you.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't work for you, then do something about it. Just don't sit back. Like, I'm guilty. I sat back and I did nothing about it. You know what I mean? Thinking it's going to get better. But now I think it's like, hey, I think it's gone too far. And maybe for some people it hasn't. But I think at some point you're going to have to make a call on it. If you're expecting things to get better, how much longer?
Yeah.
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 All right.
Awesome.
And that.